Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Crawford here at Healing Voices Network, as well as the owner and provider of Internal Alignments Healing Arts. And today we have our Spotlight series starting again. So, yay! And this year in 2025, we're going to be really diving into our thoughts, our beliefs, and the way we live with those. So today we have our internal alignments community member, Suzy Quinn. And she has always been like a really creative soul. She was very active as a child, and so her parents put her into dance class. And then for the rest of her life, dancing has really been her favorite way to express herself and to enjoy life just in general. And she has also found that dancing can be quite healing. So she majored at dance at the Cornish Institute of Arts in Seattle and has taught many forms of dancing over the years. With her top two favorite dances are modern dance and ecstatic dance. She's now in her 60s and she looks beautiful. And has been practicing her own unique form of sacred dance, which she calls dancing in the vortex. So let's talk about that today. Um, First off, you said that dancing in the vortex really came about from your interest in sacred geometry. Can
Mhm.
you kind of dive into that and tell us how that happened?
Sure. Let's see. It was right around the time I met my beloved. His name is Jeff, and I was still living in Eastern Washington. And he was finishing up working for a friend who was up in like Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Really
Mhm.
interesting guy. And so Jeff, my partner, had a thing up there, and I went to meet him there, and I met this guy, and he showed us a movie on DVD with Nassim Haramein,
Mhm.
where it's called The Black Hole, Whole. And it kind of just blew me away where he talked about the seed of life. That's the seed of life.
Oh, yes.
And so I forgot to find a link, but we could maybe put it later in the chat. You can rent the movie The Black Hole, Whole, and it really got me thinking about how everything is, what we are and how this works. So that's what inspired me shortly after that was to see, can I choreograph this? Sure. Yeah, that was back in what, 2012. But I've not been teaching it. We'll get to that part, but I've been living in isolation for a while. So I haven't been teaching it to people.
And that's okay. That's okay. It's like, because you were saying like this
Mhm.
dance specifically has been such a healing tool because you've used the imagery, um the lines, the movements,
Mhm.
and it's super healing. So I hope you
Mhm.
get a chance to show us what it looks like a little bit later. And
Mhm. That'd be cool.
and there's your teaching moment, right?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. It's been a while since I've taught, and yeah, especially in this format of being on Zoom, I'm sure we'll do something cool.
Yes, very much so.
Yes.
So, with the dance, how has it benefited you personally? Like, what has it changed?
Um, I'm finally at a place where I feel at peace most of the time, just recently in my life. Um, and that seems like a miracle to me, but I suppose I've been working towards it for a long time. And like anything else, if you keep um, taking action on a particular intention, which for me was to heal myself of various things, um, it eventually works, is all I want to tell people. So,
Mhm.
I know I lost my train of thought. What else would you like to know?
So, if you were to teach others, because I know that's your hope, you have a goal of framing a class around the sacred geometry put
Yes.
into sacred dance.
Hmm.
Um, how do you think it could help others, or what's
Okay.
the basics?
Um, basically, this piece of sacred geometry, I see it as a three-dimensional energetic vortex. And I see you and me and everyone else as like you are an energetic vortex, and so am I. And so, what we can learn to do is to, release the negative energy out of our body by doing really simple movement and setting that intention. And you can put spoken word to it because that's another element. And also bringing in the vibration you actually want to embody.
Mm,
And like the figure eight kind of goes both ways. So, um, in one movement, you can be releasing what's no longer serving you, and then in the next moment, you're bringing in what you want to embody, and you can speak it or you can just dance it. There's a bazillion different variations possible.
okay. So it's you're really doing the infinity symbol. I should probably
Yes.
do it this way so people can do that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the right way because for me, I think they flipped my camera. But for me, I'm seeing it as a clockwise circle, and then this is a counterclockwise. You're probably seeing it as the opposite. Is that right?
Yeah, and that's okay.
That's okay. Um, when you first start, you can just trace that in the air if you want to.
Hmm.
And I can lead that if you like. And then being that I'm a mover, I like to get up and put my whole body into it. And if we had time, I don't know if we'll have time, I even set up some traffic cones to show people how you can even learn to do this in your own space.
I
Hmm.
see. I see. So it's really just like energy work through movement, and it's very transformational. So,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
can you give me an example of how it's transformed your life?
Mm, it's still transforming me, and it probably always will up to the last breath. I think it has helped me to let go of negative beliefs about myself and just let
Mhm.
them go, and to bring in and embody more empowering beliefs, which then, once I get that, I've released enough from myself, I can feel more effective as a healer to be more authentically helping other people to step into that where they're letting go of their, negative beliefs about themselves or their life or what's possible for them, right?
Yeah,
And how to be that what you wish to see in the world, and be the fill in the blank you wish to see in the world.
right, right.
And
So
let
it's just really embodying the feeling of who you want to be or what you want to be. And do you have
Mhm.
them, or if you set up a class for others or even for yourself when you're doing the dance, do you
Mhm.
write out an intention, or is it something you speak
Yeah, yeah,
or
it's
feel?
both. It's been quite a while. I had some unfortunate events interfere with me being in business. It's kind of hard to explain, but I kind of stopped for a while
Mhm.
because it just wasn't working. Um, can you ask me that question one more time and I'll tell you the answer?
I'm like, wait, can I remember the question? Um,
Ask me a new question.
yeah, right. It's really about the intention. Like, do you, when you set the intention at the
Mhm.
beginning, are you writing it out or are you speaking it to the
Yes,
world?
yes, and yes. And probably what I need to do is develop a curriculum where you do one of those at a time and then eventually combine them. First you set the intention, right?
Uh-huh.
You can speak it. I'd say maybe writing it down first would be the best, and then you can speak it, and then you can speak it as you move it in the vortex. And that puts the energy out there into your space, into the universe, however you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Can you give me an example of one of the intentions you used?
Um, Well, I always go back to doing Okay, brain fart here. But the one that's I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That is called
The
the
Ho'oponopono?
Ho'oponopono. Yes.
Yes.
Um, I usually go to that as my go-to one.
Hmm.
So if I am experiencing negative feelings, I like to say the Ho'oponopono prayer, and then adding the movement just amps it up.
Hmm.
So that's where I would probably begin with
Hmm.
a client or a class is to, first speak it, then do simple movement with your hands if you wish, and then later put your whole body into it.
Ah, nice. Do you use other mantras as well for yourself?
I have, upon occasion, recently I discovered that you can do Nam Myoho Renge Kyo just as well in there. And there were a couple other ones which I didn't write down for you today. So there are about three or four different mantras, and I found that they all work because this is such a simple form
Yeah.
that if you have a favorite mantra, um, like in say like you're doing the the Ho'oponopono, it
Uh-huh.
has four different phrases. So I'm going to try and do this backwards so you can see it clockwise. But so you could be saying, I'm sorry you're walking this far around it. And then you're saying, please forgive me. And then you're going to go, thank you. I love you. If you do the
Yeah.
figure eight, I think I just have to do it where I can see it. For me, this is normal. So I'm sorry. Please
Thank
forgive me. Thank you.
you.
I love you. And if you were just doing one figure eight, you could just practice the one figure eight over and over again till you get used to it. And then you can just go around the whole caboodle.
Ah, I see. Okay. I see. And so at the same time, as you're saying the prayer, you're also releasing the energy, and then half the prayer is bringing it back in of
Mhm.
just um r-
Bringing in the
remind
wanted energy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's like, because Ho'oponopono is really a forgiveness prayer if people don't
Hmm.
know about that.
Hmm.
Um but it's really, I have found for myself, it's a forgiveness prayer that reminds me that we're all divine beings. I'm sorry I forgot you're a divine being. I'm sorry I forgot I was a divine being and
Yes.
XYZ. Um,
Hmm. Yeah.
and so has that been helpful for you for forgiveness in general? People, places, things, yourself?
Definitely. And the cool thing about doing it by yourself is that you might trigger something that's up for release and you have a sudden need to cry really hard. And you can do that by yourself. And I feel like this shape is like you could think of it as your divine toilet. You're flushing all the negativity down that toilet, and you can also turn it around and have like a fountain of something better.
Right? Of beautiful sparkles and mermaids and whatnot, right?
Yes, and the fairies come to help you.
Yeah, whatever makes you smile. That's the point,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's I call it shifting the script.
Yes, and for many people, I love to go to ecstatic dance. I think many people having movement is a great avenue for releasing the troubling energy, right? And beliefs,
Yeah.
etc. And also for bringing in and embodying the wanted feelings and beliefs and behaviors, etc. So um, it runs both ways. I might have some images I could show you if I could figure out how to do that, where you can see um, a vortex that's it's flowing both directions at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use this as a tool, like I said, just to release all of that. And like I said, it can make you cry really hard when it's working because it's coming out now.
Right?
But also, it's really empowering. I've had some interesting manifestations happen, and I have some friends in the Portland area who, when I visit them, they're like asking me how I do that. How am I always manifesting stuff? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that I am. Okay. Just magic, I guess. It's um, the energy of who you are. I think if you choose to cleanse yourself of negative beliefs about yourself and the world and what is possible for you, and it's amazing what starts to show up.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. Um, so kind of rewinding back to the sacred geometry, what do you know about the seed of life? How is that energetically relevant for everyone, including yourself?
Boy, that's an infinite bucket of answers. Um,
It's a layered response, right?
I would say, at its core, every smallest speck of energy is a vortex, and it breathes in and it releases out.
Right.
And it exists at every level of size that you can possibly imagine. And if you go find that in the Sim Harriman movie, The Black Hole, I think he might discuss some of that in there somewhere. But when you dance in the vortex repeatedly, you start to see how as you're releasing negative energy, you're making room for the positive energy, which translates into more positive events occurring in your life, changes being made, both in giving and receiving. It's just, it compounds upon itself.
Right. Okay. So it's like that vortex is the seed of thought of that everything is all things, right? And
Yes.
so it's like what one thing is true for another is also true for ourselves.
Yeah, be the universe you wish to live in, you know. Yeah, it's like to embody that so completely that you do that. I think people have known me for a long time have pointed it out that yeah, I have
Mm.
more of that exuding now than say I did years ago.
Well, you look so young and beautiful, and it's when we've talked before, you've mentioned some of the blessings that have come along since you started doing the sacred dance.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And even if I, for no apparent reason, stop doing it for a while and I do something else, like in the summer, nice weather, all I want to do is go out and hike because I live in a rural area. And then I'll be like, oh, gee, how long has it been since I've done my vortex? It doesn't matter because if you're doing what you love, I think this might be the one quote that my stepmother gave me my whole life for life advice. Do what you love and the rest will follow.
It's so true. I mean, we do, run into those challenges, but that's the point, right? It's like the
Mhm.
more we do what we love, the rest will follow. A challenge comes and it's actually easier to move through. Have you noticed that for yourself?
Yes. And depending on where you are in your life, just begin where you are. If you need to start by giving yourself permission to have it, do that. If you need to forgive yourself, do that. Do all of those things. And eventually you'll have room for newer things, more amazing things that you couldn't even have believed were possible for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I notice for myself when I've done manifestation, it's
Mhm.
like I imagine it a certain way, and then when it shows up, it's like, oh wow. Wow, I didn't even think of this. And it has a tendency sometimes to be a lot bigger than what I
Mhm.
was thinking. And other times it's just so simple, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Simple is just as amazing as, you know, having lots of stuff. It's just wow.
Yeah.
I love simple.
Mm. Wow. It's totally the right thing.
I
So,
keep it simple.
yeah. So, diving in a little bit deeper, what do you think it is that is stopping people from tapping in to these energies or wanting to be a part of the collective consciousness?
In many places they are, and they just may not know about this particular modality, the sacred geometry piece. But I believe there are people out there right now, whether they're doing it in meditation, self-care, caring for others, there are people doing this. And those who are not, they just haven't found the right piece that fits them the best yet. You
Mm,
know,
yeah.
um, like I have a friend who's a beautiful singer. Oh my gosh, voice of an angel. And, she teaches music and she writes, giant pieces of music. And, that's just her thing. And so I would say this friend of mine is happy and thriving and probably manifesting wonderful things in her life because she's doing what she loves, right?
Right, right. Yeah, I tell people constantly that, they ask, what's my purpose? And it's like, our purpose is so simple. It's more about being purposeful every day. And it sounds like you, your friend, other people that have really figured that part out, right?
Definitely. And I don't know how you would apply sacred geometry to music, but that gives me an idea for what to talk about with my friend one time soon. How would we fit this in?
Right? Do you use other sacred geometry symbols in your dance or everyday life?
No, this is my favorite one. I'm aware of the other ones, but I have never used this one up. It's like there's always more. It's the
That's
perfect one for me.
that's true. That's true because, I really enjoy how you've incorporated it into dance to remind people that sacred geometry is actually a 3D image.
It really is. And one of these days soon, hopefully, somebody will invent a cool way for me to put a 3D, like Vortex, one of these in my room. I can go like, oh my God, it's
Right? Like a like an Escher painting you can walk upside down and around and oh my gosh, wouldn't that be phenomenal?
One thing I can say is I could feel a shift in the energy in this house. I moved here just
Ah.
over 8 years ago. And I even had to talk to a psychic about this. There was a negative vortex in the room next to this one. I could feel it. I had the creeps. It would, hair raising. When I would put my mom to, I took care of my mom until she died. Anyway, I would turn everything off and I would run by the room that's on the other side of me here, and but once I started doing the vortex more and more, this is going to sound freaky, but the vortex moved. It's no longer in that front room. It's actually in this room. And there are benevolent beings who thank me for doing the vortex. And I think it has helped them to shift and release. And they're happy now too. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yay. Yeah, well,
You
I
never
mean,
know.
it's energy's energy,
Hmm.
right? Even if there's maybe incarnate souls, stuck souls, or whatever entities people believe in or know of and not know of, um, they are very responding to that positive energy too. And it sounds like your intentions are really positive.
Yeah, they are. It took a lot of work to get to where I am, but I've never actually seen the beings, but I don't think I have to. You can kind of just like pick up on things just intuitively.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, they're happy now. I can tell.
right? There's something else going on. There's something else going on. Um, so why don't you tell us more about the dance? Um,
I could
mhm.
try and show you a little bit if you want me to. Do we have time for that?
Yes, yes, teach us. I don't have enough room in here to follow along with you, but
Mhm.
we would love to see the dance, learn about it, and then hopefully the people out there will try it.
I could do it at two different stages. I haven't perfectly practiced this, but you can do just one part of it in one place without having to travel around. And I thought, well,
Mhm.
if we had time, I could show you that part, but you can even do this sitting and you don't have to have music. Let me see if I could show you just sitting in my chair.
Mhm.
It's just easier to start here. It's like you could put your hands like this, or you could put them on your heart. Um, what I like to do is I like to breathe in and lift my hands up, and then I let it go, and I'm shaking it off, and it's going down into like the center of the earth. And then,
Ooh.
so you could try that just a few times, just that one direction. So breathe in, go up, and let it go washing down.
Ooh, that feels good.
I'll do one more, and then I'll show you that going the other way. So one more time. So breathing in. So that was like pulling up through our central, what do you call that? Yeah, along the spine, but through the core of your body and up and like a fountain over your head. And I was actually visualizing the energy going down to the core of the earth. So if you
Mm.
were to go the other way, you could imagine, like say, here's my hands, I'm reaching down and I'm grabbing from the core of the earth and I'm going breathing in like this. And then as I exhale, into, I always go to the heart center. Want to try that again, see if, how it feels to you. So
Uh-huh.
drawing from the core of the earth, breathe in, and then bring it into your heart.
There's definitely a grounding feeling there. Like the first one,
Mhm.
moving through the upper part, I really felt an upliftment, but
Mhm.
also this ability to take a deeper breath, I guess.
Oh, good.
And then
Yeah.
bringing it up just kind of grounded me down into my body. So I really feel definitely a little bit more sense of peace. I can, yeah.
It was just a simple intention. You set
Hmm.
the intention that you're going to be, releasing or embodying one way or the other, right?
Hmm.
So next time you do it, you could decide what it is that you're releasing and name it, right? And what it
Uh-huh.
is that you're bringing in and embodying and name that. So that's just adding one more detail, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you could move in a figure eight, you would be adding um, movement of your whole body, and you
Hmm.
would be creating a figure eight vortex if that was all you were going to do. And I don't know, I could try showing you, but from the forward facing camera, and I'm going to do it
Yeah. Let's
backwards to
do,
myself so you can see what that looks like. And I'm not going to do music because we found out that the music part didn't translate very well for us. But here, I'm going to move my chair. And let's just see what dimension we have. Okay, if I'm standing in the middle of can you hear me?
yep.
You can still hear me? So I'm staying in the middle of this circle and I have 6 combs. And it's not like we have a whole lot of time to learn how to do a whole vortex. Um, but I'm going to show you a figure eight and I'm going to intentionally do it backwards for me because I understand our camera is not flipped. But I would go like this. I would breathe in the arm movement we just did. And then when I get to the middle, it's going down that way. And then when I come back, I'm going to go around this way and bring it in. We did that movement, right?
Hmm.
Sitting down. Well, I did one and then the other. Like if we were still sitting down, I'm kneeling, I'm kneeling here, would be we'd do it once this way, and then we would scoop and do it this way. And all I would be doing is adding a figure eight.
Hmm.
So here I am in the middle. Feels funny for me to go the other direction because I'm going counterclockwise, but that is just the technology of the camera. So here I go. I'm going to go breathing in. And then again.
Mm.
And you can do it over and over and over again for as many times as you want. What I would like to do is find somebody who's playful, who wants to play with me on this, and we could figure out the best way to show. I suppose I could flip my camera and it would look to me like I'm doing it backwards, and then it would make more sense.
Yeah, do it. Go for it. We got the time.
Okay. Or I do have a teeny tiny camera on the ceiling, which I can flip, and I can show you going around the whole vortex. Do you want to see what that looks like?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And we know that I didn't find a way to get the music to work for us, so I'm going to do it music free, but you can imagine music. Okay. So if I come over here and I go to video settings, uh, is this the one I want? No, I always do that one first when I don't want to because I don't know their names. There we go. And then I flip it. Okay, now see me getting up? You're seeing that from the ceiling.
Mm, I see ya.
I can show you what it looks like on the floor. And this is the actual figure eight. Okay, so if you're standing in the middle, you go like this. You do the circle around, up, and then release it in the middle. And then you bring it in and bring it into your heart. And then you go to the next one. Go up. Sorry, set it down in the middle. Then breathe in, bring it to your heart. You can go around the whole thing. With music is even better. So
Mm.
that's halfway around. So now I'm going around this same phone. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. I have two more cones to go. Breathing in and out. This way, breathe in. Out. And the last one is that one. In, out, and breathe out. I'll come back. You can tell me about your experience once my face is back on here.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do it right. Nope. See, I do that every single time. I need to get rid of that. There is a camera that's like part of the laptop, and I don't like it.
That's okay. The technology is
There we go.
technology, right?
It's a really crummy camera. So here I am back to where we were. Um, so I just winged it. But you could see how I happen to have open space. That's a amount of space I like. I have done it outside in a giant field.
Mm.
And I told you about that when we went to Shift, and it was just over like a 20-minute drive from here. And this next summer, I hope to go to the one that we just went to recently on the West Coast. I'm not going to think of the thing right away, but I might actually teach it at a festival this summer for the first time.
Ooh, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. I like
Mhm.
that. So, for me, watching you, it's such an easy movement.
Mhm.
And I can see how at times it's a little awkward, but I think that's the point though, right? Because you're like agitating the energy and
It
then bring
took
it
me
back in.
2 years of consistent practice before I could automatically remember which cone I wanted to go to. But when I went in and thought about it, rather than beating myself up for that, it answered me and said, it doesn't matter if you miss a cone or do one of them twice in a row because you're still doing the same energy. And I guarantee you, depending on who you are, you will eventually get into a routine with it and always go the same. But like
Ah,
then the
yeah.
first 100 times you do it, it might be like, which one am I on? It doesn't matter as long as you keep going.
Right, right. I was talking to someone the other day about planning. I
Mhm.
was like, I've had some things going on, and I'm like, in the past I used to plan it ABC 1, 2, 3, and then it would just feel so awkward and forced, and then I stopped fully planning it. There isn't anything about not being prepared. That's different than
Just you didn't need to plan to it to that degree anymore, right? You were able
right,
to wing it by
exactly.
then.
And it feels
That's
so much better, so much more natural.
hmm
And I can see how the dance would do that too, because we can't help it. We want to do it right in the beginning. We want it to look right. We want to have the right intention, all the stuff, you
we
know?
do. So I was going to show you too. I somewhere in here I have some like index cards or like cardstock cards. I think I might have cut the thing in half, but you know how there's 6 cones? So like the
Mm,
front one would be like the number one, but the if you keep going around, when you're coming back from the other direction, it would be a number 4. So I would make these pieces of paper, and I would even put one of them upside down. Let me see if you'll be able to see this or not. And I would put a card on it,
mm,
and it would show the number 1 right side up, and then a much smaller because I printed out much smaller would be a 4. So I would know that if I'm going on the first time, I'm going to that one.
uh-huh.
And then there would be another one on the one on the other side that at the top, it would have the 4 on the top and the 1 at the bottom. And I would make the top number bigger and bolder and then this one smaller, so that when you're coming from that angle, if you're just learning, if you wanted to do it that way, you would see which cone am I going towards? Because you don't want to get
Yeah.
lost in there. It's pretty
Ah,
simple.
no, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. That keeps you on track. A nice visual, because a lot of people, learn visually or process
Some
visually.
people, yeah, it
So,
might be, audio, visual, spoken word, body movement. There's so
uh-huh.
many different ways, and the more of them you can incorporate, the more parts of you are getting it. Like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right? Absolutely. So, what do you want to tell people, now that our time is kind of closing out,
It is.
what do you want to tell people about the sacred dance and sacred geometry, whatever it is that you really vibe with?
Well, my big dream personally would be to get enough people learning how to do it that we could do the same thing they did with meditation about a decade ago, where they would all meditate at the same time. And there was one time when they did it for like 7 hours simultaneously around the globe.
Hmm.
Um, or I
Yeah,
don't know
I
if it was that long.
participated in that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, thousands of people were meditating at the same time. I think it'd be really cool if we get enough different people learning how to do this, and we could be scattered across the globe, so we'd have to pick universal time. And we do our healing and manifesting of the same intentions at the same time around the globe. What do you think we could do?
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. I'd be very curious because I know when I did the global meditation that long time ago, it was like the most visuals I've ever had in my life. The It felt like I was sinking into the earth, but still energetically feeling everything. And so
It's
I could
beautiful.
see how it would do the same thing, but still, I don't know, there'd be probably a different feeling because you're using the movement at the same time
And words,
and words. Yes.
movement and words. And yeah. And as I was thinking about it, I thought it was so cool that you'd have this many people. What about like how many cells are in a human body? Think about that, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And you count those up, and all of those cells are in agreement just with you, which is how you can see some part of yourself as being a supporting power for you. Like if you get them all in agreement, just know that they agree with you. How many plunks do you think there are in one human body? I never thought. I have no idea.
I don't know either. Lots and
Uh,
lots and lots.
yeah. So yeah, it's just a thought there. So yeah, I think the reason why I'm kind of amped on this topic is because it really feels like we need to make a shift collectively, like
Hmm.
ASAP. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
totally agree. There's it's it's like humanity is kind of splitting and going into maybe three directions. And
Hmm.
it's um God, I wish I knew how to explain it. There's like almost no words at this point. Like give us 10 years and we'll finally have the hindsight of,
Hmm.
it's 2020, but it
Hmm.
really does feel like there's this huge shift happening. There's groups going one way, groups going this way, groups going, straight down the middle. And
Hmm.
it really feels like us people going straight down the middle are trying to bridge it all.
And just, yeah, you don't really need to try to bridge it all. I would say just follow your heart and do what you do best. And that's your contribution. Definitely. Like be the love you wish to see in the world, be the healing, be the friend, all those things, right?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I don't think. And so much of reality is really weird. And, like what if we are constantly shifting into an alternate reality just based on what we believe and what we say and what we do? So if you just make an effort to choose better things, you'll be shifting into another reality where it becomes more and more
Mm,
positive for you, right?
yeah. And the more and more people that we can get involved in that, society will shift.
Yes, we're all choosing the same type of outcome. We all want the outcome to be, and we could even make a list and say it out loud and say, we are this and we are that. And you can say it as you walk in the vortex if you know how. That's just one option.
That's true. It's one option, but
Mhm.
that's the point of doing
Mhm.
these spotlights is to get the word out. And yeah,
I'm
so
feeling called. So yeah, definitely I hope people reach out to me and we figure out like it would be nice to go to Portland and do a workshop. Way back when I lived there, I did like three of them at Soma Space. It was forever ago, like
mm.
8 years ago or something. I've been gone for a long time, but now that you know that the seed is planted, maybe we can get me out there and find a
Yeah,
space and start teaching people how to do this to heal themselves and help heal the world.
I love it.
That'd be cool.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I mean, every tool to help heal the world is worth it. It's worth learning. It's worth embodying.
Hmm.
So, yay. Thank you so much for teaching us this dance, telling us about it. Um, how can people contact you if they're interested in learning or maybe even hosting a workshop with you?
Okay, well, for now, I do have a Facebook page. Maybe we can find it. I'd give you permission to post it because, I mean, a Facebook. I have. Do I have an active Facebook page or did that get hacked? Maybe just. What do you recommend? I've been in isolation for so long, and getting people to come. What do you think? Email or Facebook?
I'd say both.
Mhm.
Facebook, your name, and
Mhm.
you're also a community member in internal alignments. And
True.
so they can find you through that, through Facebook and just message you. Um, Also your email, right?
Yes. And I'm just thinking, do I want to start a new email? Because I've had this one for so long, it gets full really fast. So
Hmm.
maybe I need to do that. I did have, someone hacked and stole my account. I had two parts to it, and I did have a Dancing in the Vortex at Gmail. I had a
Mhm.
Dancing in the Vortex page. It's probably time for me to come back and just make another one. What do you think?
Mm, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
And then you can throw some videos up of the dance and whatnot. And
Okay.
so the email joyfullyawake@gmail is a good one for now.
Yeah, for now. And I'll just have to check it, yeah,
Okay.
regularly. And should there be a keyword so I know it's someone who wants to talk about, um, could put RE, referring to RE dot dot capital D, capital I, capital T, capital V, dancing in the vortex. So like
Ah,
if so I could like they'll catch my eye. I know they want to talk to me about that.
okay. Okay, sounds good. So email joyfullyawake@gmail with the subject line regarding dancing in the vortex.
Yes,
Sounds good.
and we'll talk. And there, yeah, I need to put up another. See, this has been magical. I didn't go ahead and create a whole new page because I had lost everything. Now
Uh,
I'm coming back.
mhm.
Things are getting better, like it made things feel really heavy for a while, but I'm better now.
Nice. You just
I'm better.
kept up the dance and kept up the practice, and it really helped you out.
Yeah, so I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm not hiding anymore, so I need to put myself back out there. I've been
Well,
gone too long.
here you are.
I'm back. Brace
She's
yourself.
back, guys. She's back. Awesome. Well, Susie, thank you so much for your time today. It
Thank
was
you.
beautiful. I really appreciate the information as well as dance. I'm gonna actually, I'll probably go outside and try it. It's a nice, sunny, beautiful day.
Yeah, yeah, you just do the figure eight over and over and over again. You don't have to do all six of them, but if you want to teach yourself how, maybe you can come to my class when I get it going, right?
Sounds good. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Yes, stay in touch. All
Okay,
right.
thanks, Jamie. It's been fun.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
See you soon. Okay.
All right. I'm looking for the stop share and I don't know why I can't find it.